Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time again, 6 months already from our AGM, and this is where we give you the update, a 6 month report card. But before I go any further, we're all going through a horrible time through this pandemic, global pandemic. And for those of you who are affected or your loved ones affected, my condolences. And I hope you guys are all safe. And from the PLR point of view, all employees and our loved ones are all safe. And also, I would like to say thank you to all the health workers and frontline staff globally who have put their lives on the line to help us, save us, and facilitate things for us. My heart and a big appreciation goes out to you. Thank you. And to the 6 month review, before I even go there, again, this has worked on us and this will be a decentralized presentation. Because of the pandemic, we're all in separate places. In fact, I'm in a hotel room somewhere in London. I'm making this presentation to you guys. And, I haven't forgotten. It is our 3 years anniversary. 3 years ago today, PLR became a company. PLR was launched. All the contributions from you guys made it happen. 3 years ago, when we put it in our smart contract to say, some tokens will be unlocked in 3 years, it felt like eternity, 10 years down the line. It happened so quickly. Just turn around, you can see quite a lot of things we've done, quite a lot of things we've learned from how the ecosystem has changed and improved as well. What I'll touch on though is what we've done in the past 6 months, what we've achieved, what are the things that are working in progress, and a few new things that have snuck into the roadmap as well. Of the things that we have achieved, our smart contract wallet is launched, our PPN is launched, and the smart contract, PPN being the PLR Payment Network, a gas feelers layer 2 service we have launched, where we can handle thousands of transactions per second, which is unfathomable on the layer 1, the Ethereum network. And with the smart wallet, it is vital for launching the PPN and other services subsequently that we can use, which I will touch on later on. We have enabled ENS, Ethereum Naming Service, within our wallet, so that not only do I send someone with some digital asset to someone I know within the PLR ecosystem without using their public address, now I can send anyone on the Ethereum blockchain without knowing their public address by just using effectively the URL in terms of the ENS address. So that is key for usability. And talking about usability, we have done an overhaul of our UX and UI design, because in incorporating the PPNs, etc., we needed to make some change to the design. Also, with some of the new things coming in mind, we had to make sure we did an overhaul, and that was a big achievement for us. And with that, we have integrated a couple of DeFi services as first generation, meaning just seamless integration, direct integration into our wallet. And for those of you DeFi fans, know Aave, a platform where you can lend, etc., and pull together, where people can pool their resources together in view of playing a lottery game where they're not risking their principal amount. Again, that is integrated directly in the wallet. And one thing we've talked a lot about, our referral campaign. Our referral campaign was launched. Oh boy, was it a success. It was so successful, it put our systems under stress. Within hours, we have thousands of people registering with us. In less than 3 days, we had over 9,000 people register with us. Obviously, the referral campaign was followed by around 500,000 PLR tokens payout. But the success was so huge, we learned quite a lot on how we can do targeted campaigns, on which demography, etc. In view of gaining more adoption, we can have a say and a control in that. And it is a unique functionality that we have not a lot of others in the space do have yet. So that is a massive achievement for us. And we also have created liquidity pools in terms of Kyber and Uniswap. Talking about the Uniswap, I don't know whether you guys have noticed it, but within the last few days, we have had a 300-fold growth in our liquidity, the size of our liquidity pool, and that's huge. That is just huge for us. And so much so, we're also registered with some new centralized exchanges in terms of Hobbit and Who, and these are quite good for us because we need to increase our liquidity with the fact that we're using our tokens in quite a lot of means, which I will talk about, governance, etc. later on. Creating the liquidity and making it available through many mediums is quite key for us. And the work in progress, the web wallet and the recovery portal. The web wallet is being tested. Pretty much recovery portal is being tested as well. The web wallet is key for us because we did say in the last presentation that we will be engaging communities, Web2 communities, and this web wallet is key, an integral part of our offering to communities. So much so with the community that we're engaging with, we are going through experimentations of how best to use our wallet, bring these communities into the DeFi world, the Ethereum world, and at the same time create usability in terms of what they do day to day for that community. So we are running quite a few experimentations with these teams, and that is something hopefully we will finalize and launch within the coming 6 months. And the recovery portal, again, it is linked to the smart wallet because of the smart wallet allows us the deployment of the recovery wallet, which is one of those things that are drivers of adoption to the person, the tech-savvy person, but who's wary of the nuances of crypto, where pretty much I'm on my own. I lose my private key, I'm on my own. I can't call up a call center and cancel the card. It doesn't work like that. At the same time, I have to remember or save somewhere my mnemonic phrases. And we've all experienced at one point or another lost private keys, mnemonic phrases, or we've had to faff around looking for them. That is what the recovery portal saves. No longer do I have to save mnemonic phrases and look for it left, right, and center. It would be another device I enable and I can go and get it from the other device, and that is being tested and it would go live soon. And again, the things that we have talked about, Sablia token sets integration, they're coming up, and insurance in the wallet as a premium service is coming with Nexus Mutual, and that coupled with engagement with our web wallet of the Web2 communities and the recovery portal, this completes the offering and makes it seamless and useful and usable in terms of adoption when it comes to the crypto space. So that is what is coming up. And a few new things that have snuck in include things such as the ability to use my Bitcoin seamlessly and participate in the DeFi world, in the ever-growing DeFi world. Because Pillar can have a Bitcoin wallet, but I just store my Bitcoin and that's it. I look at it. I just look at the market. Oh, it's gone up, it's gone down. But I can do that while I'm taking advantage of the DeFi world. So we're doing a seamless integration with Ren in terms of using WBTC. So with a couple of clicks, you can just send your BTC to a Pillar address, and in the process, it would become WBTC for you. You can take advantage of all the DeFi the functionalities, and you take it back out, it gets converted seamlessly to BTC. There are 1 or 2 steps involved in that, but it is still with a couple of buttons. I do not need to go to an exchange to do it. I do not need to go, oh, I need to change it to Ethereum or anything like that. It is a seamless experience we're going for, and we are working on that, and stay tuned for that. A big thing that we've done recently is Pillar Balboa implementation. This is talking about the governance, and need I say it, Pillar is a community-based project. Exactly 3 years ago, close to 9,000 people contributed to Pillar, to its existence, and they contributed a median contribution of just over 2 ETH. This is a community project. Hence, The governance model we are proposing is for the community to have a say in running the project. The community token holders, I use my token and decide, influence how the project goes, how the project's direction, what is implemented. And while I'm doing this, I will benefit from some offerings in terms of the liquidity mining, etc. But I'm just introducing this to you guys. Drew will go into the details and explain this to you. So take it away, Drew.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Excited to be here today to talk to you all about the new PLR Balboa rollout, which includes an upgrade to our tokenomics. It addresses some of the upcoming token distributions and supply issues that have been brought up in the community, and also introduces some new exciting programs, including our liquidity mining program, that we believe work in conjunction to bring new attention to the project and also directly reward those who support us in the project. So without further ado, let's dive in. We recently announced through a series of blog posts this upcoming change, this rollout, with a focus on a couple key points. The first being this shift to a governance model for tokenomics. This is important because, as Michael touched on, we've always been at our core a community-run, community-focused, empowered project. Ever since the beginnings of the project, through our initial kind of volunteering and hiring phase, all the way through to asking and allowing our community to provide updates and vote on features that they see most exciting or most interesting in the project directly in-app. We're taking this a step further and actually building this directly into the tokenomics as mentioned. What this means is essentially now PLR is becoming a community-run project under the stewardship of the foundation, but really directed by all the community and specifically the token holders themselves. With this, again, we're looking to reward token holders in unique ways and allow for new value capture and fee models to empower this movement and the eventual move towards a community governance structure in the form of a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization that allows each individual participant to have a say and direct things moving forward. Key points, not only is this community-run governance, but as I briefly touched on, there will be new wallet fee distribution mechanisms where the fees captured in the wallet through exchanges, through swaps and whatnot, this will be directly going back to the DAO and directly back to the members and the token holders themselves to direct how they see fit. This not only allows them to propose and vote on things, but actually have proper budgets to execute on these ideas, whether they be product initiatives, marketing, whatever it might be. With this, there's also an upcoming token distribution that's actually occurring, I believe today. Obviously, it's determined by block height, so not sure exactly where we're at. But that is the first kind of token distribution that's occurring. Specifically, we're looking at about a 200 million PLR distribution that's occurring currently. For this current distribution, the one occurring in July for 200 million, we've decided on and proposed to the community an allocation of 100 million to the DAO, to the community, 100 million to the foundation. And initially starting with a 20 million token allocation to both. We have thrown out the idea of possibly a 20 million a year over the next 5 years. But the reality is we want this to be flexible, and we want the token holders, the community, and the governance structure to be able to activate and utilize these tokens when and how they see fit based on what they believe would be the best interest of the project. For the initial that kind of kickoff of these tokens is We believe the best use of the initial token distribution to the DAO is actually to create a rewards program around liquidity mining. We have actually already started and kicked this project off, this initiative off rather. And what this means is essentially we are encouraging and rewarding participants, users, token holders to engage in providing liquidity initially through Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange. And in doing so, they earn a series of rewards. First and foremost, by the nature of how Uniswap works as an exchange, each person who's contributing to the liquidity pool will proportionately share in the fees that are generated as a result of the trades that occur through that pool. Specifically, it's a 0.3% of all of the fee structure, proportionately split. In addition to that, we're looking to utilize an initial tranche of tokens to reward users for engaging in this program as well. We believe, and the first results of this project or this initiative have shown that as a result of greater liquidity in the market, we're likely to see an increase in the token price and an increase in interest in the token generally. This typically means the way that liquidity pools, or I should say that the Uniswap liquidity pool works, is it's a 1-to-1 ratio between the trading pair that you're providing liquidity for. Initially, for us, we're talking about the Pillar token and Ether. So you need to stake equal values of the token and of Ether. And as trades occur, these ratio essentially rebalances. We believe, again, as the token price increases, what will happen is the Ether in each kind of liquidity provider's pool or account will grow, and the Pillar will slightly drop. So our initiative is designed to offset the drop in Pillar that's resulting from our token holders providing that liquidity, and kind of offset them at least to where they were while they're capturing all the Ether gains that they might see. It's possible too, based on how we structure these programs moving forward, what we learn, what we believe needs to be the proper incentive structure to get people participating and the momentum moving, that these could also be profitable in that you will earn even more Pillar than you expected. So we initially earmarked $250,000, and this was actually provided directly by the foundation, so not by the DAO's tokens. We felt we wanted to utilize the foundation's tokens to kind of kickstart the project, get some data, learn what we can, and adjust accordingly. We've already decided after the first weekend's kind of push and the excitement that brought us huge liquidity gains in the project, which was sorely needed, up to a 1-to-1 match. So basically for all tokens lost as a result, Pillar tokens as a result of providing liquidity, we would essentially offset those to all participants who continually were supporting the liquidity pool, not jumping in or jumping out. And the longer and the more, again, proportionately, you would see rewards accordingly. We're already learning a few things about how to improve this program. We're looking to use these learnings again to really finalize what we believe the best approach is for tracking as well as rewarding individuals, and then allow the DAO to specifically agree and vote on if they should propose this or if they should continue this program moving forward, and or any adjustments that need to be made. So this is very exciting because it also addresses a known challenge that we've been facing as a project in the liquidity side of things. We've made very cognizant efforts, or rather, we made a decision to not engage in the high pricing to get listed on centralized exchanges, primarily because we believe that the decentralized exchange effort, the DeFi movement, will end up being kind of the future. I believe personally that the relevancy of centralized exchanges will continue to diminish. And we've seen this in the numbers in terms of the growth of open finance and DeFi protocols and these decentralized exchanges. And instead of spending that money to list or get listed to organizations or companies to get listed on their exchanges, we would rather pay that same money to reward our token holders and our community for providing support to the project. So it's kind of has this positive feedback loop, as I've touched on before. This is also exciting because greater liquidity brings new eyes to the project. We have people who probably were interested in speculating on the project, but the liquidity available basically made that a very, very challenging thing for anybody looking to market make or provide or do any sort of actions around the token in its current form. With over now $350,000 in liquidity provided by the Uniswap pool, we've already seen how this has changed the landscape for us in a big way. We also believe that these types of reward programs, this increase in liquidity, and the eyes on as a result will also help to bring attention to this tokenomics shift around introduction of governance. And the fact that, yes, you can earn pillar tokens and that's all well and good, but also the value of these tokens in being able to allow you as an individual, as a team, as a project, as a company to vote on and direct the future of the project, to suggest partner integrations or feature functionality updates that maybe specifically benefit you or your projects or are in the best interests of the community in general. So these programs are designed to work together to, again, grow the project, grow the number of participants, grow the liquidity, grow the market action around the entire project and everything that's happening. And we're really excited because all first indications and evidence point to the fact that this has been successful. And so it's about a matter of refining, improving, and getting us to a point where we can really maximize this potential. Now, future allocation, as I mentioned, 340 million on the 10-year lockup, now around, again, seven years out. We do not want this hanging over our head as a huge kind of elephant in the room of, okay, well, when all those tokens hit, are we all going to be diluted? This was also a question and concern about the current release. We think we've addressed that fairly well in these new governance structures and these programs. But we are proposing a burn of that future release, that 340 million. We proposed a couple of different options in the Discord channel. Appreciate everyone who voted and weighed in on their thoughts. At this point, the first option has kind of had the most support from everyone, and that involves creating a proxy address that will control the multi-sig wallet and that's set to receive those tokens. And then what that will do it essentially set it as a burn address, and we can actually program into that proxy contract that when it receives those tokens, it automatically sends them to a burn address. So on chain, those are basically burned outright. So not only are we looking at a bunch of tokens sitting in an inaccessible wallet, we're looking at a bunch of tokens sitting in an inaccessible wallet that then once they receive those tokens will auto burn all of them. So we don't have to worry about, again, any sort of dilution event or what that might mean in the future. This allows us to kind of, I think, the best of both worlds in that we can leverage a current allocation in the proper way to kickstart this governance change, this tokenomics upgrade, and these programs around it, but also deal with the future concerns around what the dilution might look like and provide confidence that the path we're on and where we're going to be moving forward is the one that everyone is agreed to. Touching back on the liquidity program real quick, again, this is a triple kind of reward situation for those who engage. The ability to earn fees, the ability to earn pillar directly from the project. We want to essentially give those that are supporting the project and helping us to work through these challenges of liquidity and helping to bring new attention and new eyes to the project to receive an extra governance weight kicker. What this means is typically, if we want to think of it simply, one token to one vote for any initiative that might occur in the future. However, based on certain things that the community has participated in the past, our current token holders, our old supporters and old token holders, we also want to give those people additional weight. We want to give them the reward of supporting. We want to acknowledge them for their support, and as a result, allow for maybe say each of their tokens has a 0.2 or a 0.3 multiplier, so it basically like gives extra weight to them for, again, their support. So split of fees, additional pillar tokens, additional governance weight in the future of the project. So the more you get involved, the more you participate, the more you're going to get out of these things, and the more it's going to benefit you in the future of the governance of our community and of the project. So this is something I would highly recommend anyone who's comfortable and interested in getting involved, do so. We know that some of these concepts are new to people. DeFi can be really confusing and challenging, but we're there in the Discord to answer questions and help kind of provide guidance for anyone who might be interested. We hope that the rewards and the incentives are strong enough to encourage, again, participation from everyone. As a result of this work, along with everything else that we've achieved this year and years past, to be honest, we've seen now 78,000 downloads. We're now at around 350,000 or so dollars in liquidity on Uniswap specifically. This liquidity mining program does not have to be specific or unique to Uniswap. We can look at other exchanges, decentralized exchanges, to do these same things with, and really start to boost, again, the general market perception of the project. Also, in addition to all this stuff, we recognize and we hear the call for marketing on behalf of our community. And throughout this presentation, you've probably noticed some new colors, some new fonts, possibly a new logo. And we're excited also to introduce and announce that we've gone through a complete branding overhaul. We've thought about the fact that where we were, where we've come, who we are now as a company, as a project, as a community. We need an identity and a brand identity to match. And we're excited to introduce this upgrade, this facelift, as a way to, in conjunction, again, with all these new initiatives, in order to bring new eyes to the project, new confidence or to existing community members, and really just, again, grow the overall marketing potential and feel of the project from a voice, tone, brand, image, and market perception standpoint. I expect that you'll be seeing some additional new marketing initiatives. Expect to see, again, further logo and or color palette explorations. Looking forward to exploring that with you, and hoping that all these things combined are really going to just boost the project and the focus and the interest through the second half of this year and beyond. So very excited to be introducing all these things to you. Please, again, reach out to us in the comments and on Discord. We're always here for you, and we're excited to really give you, hand over the reins and allow our community to get involved directly in governing the future of this. And we're proud to say we're the first, community-run wallet project in the space, and we believe that this is the future in terms of what open finance means, what personal data privacy means, what identity and sovereignty, all these things together. We haven't lost sight of a lot of those goals and intentions, and we believe we're on the right track to begin slowly starting achieving all those. So please stick around at the end of our presentation. We're going to be doing a live Q&A. So any questions you have around the new tokenomics update, the liquidity mining program, our branding, the future of the project, please come in, ask. We're excited to really open the conversation and explore the future potential of the project with all of you. It's now community governed and run, and we're excited to pass over the reins. But without further ado, I'll pass it back to Michael for some final comments, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you, Drew. That is enlightening, and I'm sure quite a lot of us have a lot of questions on this. And right after this presentation, please come to our Discord. The whole team will be there for the next hour to answer any questions you have. These are huge topics in terms of governance, liquidity mining that we've talked about. And please come there. One of the things that I want to say before I wrap up is just take us through a memory lane of what we've achieved as Pillar in the last 3 years. Pillar was launched obviously in 2017. In December, this was achieved in July, and the company was set up in September, etc. After our first unconference, and we did a design competition. We attracted quite a bit of talent that are still key members of our project, and in terms of directing the project. These are communities from our community, people that have joined us and are prominent members of our team. And we released our Android version in 2018, December 2018. And not just Android, iOS as well. That's the first time we went live, December 2018. And we've never looked back. And one of the things we did was we experimented with a proof of concept in terms of identity, which is Citizens Wallet. That was done in June 2019. And the Citizens Wallet aspect is still not dead. We are partaking in competitions, grant schemes, etc. within the UK in view of engaging and getting a use case for us to be able to implement that, because it is key for us, the identity aspect, and incorporating that in our wallet. And the Office Engine in 2019, it was implemented, and in first quarter of 2020, we released the big one. All the smart wallets, the PPN, etc. were released. Now, the latest one, it's not just the software, but the governance aspect, enabling Pillar community to be in charge of the project, to be actually have an influence on how to run the project. That is what we've done in the past few weeks, and long may it continue. I hope we will be in a position to give you an update in 6 months, in 3 years' time, and tell you the same story, but how big Pillar has become and how well we've achieved. So to sum up the last 6 months, we're on track to complete our roadmap. Not only that, we're actually ahead of schedule. We've added in a few more new things, and we have now achieved more than 78,000 downloads, and the governance framework will enable token utility, which is coming out along many other things, and that is a game changer. And the liquidity pool and liquidity mining have been tremendous successes. As I've said earlier on, 300-fold increase in our liquidity pool is unprecedented for us, and we are very excited, and long may that continue. And please engage with us in our Discord channel. Without you, the governance framework is not going to work. So we need you token holders to partake and participate. We want to hear from you. We want to hear ideas. We want to hear engagements. Not only yourselves, other projects. By having the Pillar token and being involved in the governance, you can direct how to have access to our audience, what features you want to integrate with us, so that you can have access to those amount of people that we have, and engage in the communities, Web2 communities we are engaging. We are on to increasing the tenfolds that we have promised, and we are on target to be able to do that. So that is a big incentive for not just individuals but companies to join us and on our Discord and being able to partake in our governance channel. 6 months is a long time, so please keep safe. And when we meet again next time, hopefully the world has ridden the storm of the pandemic, and we are all here to talk about it. Thank you. Thank you very much.